Hi guys, I'm Joelle, Book Fanatic. Welcome back to my weekly reading vlog for week 22. It is Wednesday today. I started to film this vlog yesterday, but there was a bug in my room and it took me hours to get out of my room because I don't kill bugs. So it was dark and I couldn't film anymore. That's the reason why I didn't start the vlog on Tuesday, even though I should have started it on Monday anyway. In this vlog I'm going to tell you about what I'm currently reading, what I'm going to be reading this week, and what I finished. So what I already finished this week is The Diviners by Libba Bray, which is the first book in the Diviners trilogy. Diviners is a book about a girl called Evie who has this gift. She can touch an object and see people's pasts. She is sent away to live with her uncle, and her uncle is the owner of the Museum of Creepy Crawlies in New York, and Evie has to live with him because she told someone's past that she shouldn't have told, and the parents thought she was lying, so she had to go and live with her uncle, which she didn't mind in the least because her own town was very boring and she would love to live in New York, where she already has a pen pal that she is very good friends with. So this story is about Evie, not about Evie alone. It's also about another main character called Memphis, who is a black boy who is with his aunt Octavia and his little brother Isaiah. And he also has a gift. Well, he had a gift, but it disappeared. He could heal, but it disappeared after something happened. This book is basically their story, but I felt like Memphis was irrelevant to this first book. I think he's going to appear in the second book, maybe a bigger role, I don't know. But I felt his story was irrelevant to the book, like it didn't really add anything to it. It was mostly about Evie and her relationships and the family dynamics and the things she experienced throughout this book. Her uncle is trying to solve this murder and Evie is going to help him with it, with her ability. This book was a lot creepier than I expected it to be. I thought it was a YA novel. It obviously is a YA novel and a very thick one at that, but it was so much creepier, much more violent than I expected it to be. Like, I was seriously grossed out at some parts. Also, the villain is very well fleshed out. The villain was positively scary. Like, I was so scared of him. I didn't have to read this book at night because I would have nightmares. I rated this book 4 stars and I'm going to do a spoiler-free review on it later on, so you can hear all of my thoughts in there. So I'm not going to go in depth about this book too much, but I want to say I really liked all of the characters. The minor side characters were not that well fleshed out. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked this book. The characters were so likable, the writing style was descriptive and very imaginative, and the same thing goes for the world building. Like, Libba Bray knows how to build her worlds, but I will go more in depth in my spoiler-free review, and these were my basic thoughts. What I'm currently reading at this point in time is Fans of the Impossible Life by Kate Scelsa. This book is about 3 teenagers called Mira, Sebastian, and Jeremy, and they all become friends. And in my last weekly reading vlog, I didn't really understand what this book was about because I said it was about bisexuality. Well, I think because Sebastian is a gay character and Mira is, I think, heterosexual, I think Jeremy is a bisexual character because I thought Mira was in love with Sebastian, but I think she's going to fall in love with Jeremy, and Sebastian is also going to fall in love with Jeremy, and I think Jeremy is going to be bisexual, but I'm not totally sure on that. But I'm really interested in finding out more about this. I'm 50 pages in, and I'm already really liking it so far. It has alternating viewpoints between Sebastian, Mira, and Jeremy. And they're also very short chapters, so I can get through it really quickly, and I can't wait to find out more about these characters. The next book I'm currently reading is Smut by Karina. Halle. This book is about 2 characters who are in college in the same creative writing course, and they have to work together for their final project assignment, and they have to write a novella together. But they don't like each other. In fact, they hate each other, but they are also really attracted to each other. So it's a hate to love romance, and I think 150 pages in somewhere. I'm going through this very quickly. I'm really liking both of the characters so far. Amanda is a character dear to my heart already. There's also some really cool pop references in this book. Like, there is a reference to Outlander. Like, Amanda has a mug with Jamie Fraser's Sassenach on it. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I googled it and it's a real thing. It's from Outlander. I haven't read Outlander, well, I didn't even see the show, but I know there's so many pop references in this and I really like that. I'm going to read Anything But Broken by Joelle Knox. It's the first book in the Hurricane Creek series. It's about a girl who comes back to her hometown and the local bad boy is her dead sister's ex, and they gravitate toward each other and they fall in love, I believe. I'm not sure what I will think about this book because the premise is it sounds kind of disgusting to me, but The Sky Is Everywhere had kind of a similar premise and I really loved that. I loved how Jane Nelson went with that premise and how she did that, and I am wondering how Joelle Knox is going to do this in the first book to a series with, I think they're all companion books and every single book has a different main couple. And the last book I'm going to read this week is Forgive Me, Leonard, Peacock by Matthew Quick. This book is about a guy called Leonard Peacock who wants to commit suicide, but he wants to kill his former best friend first because his former best friend is constantly tormenting him and ruining his life and tormenting him to the point that he wants to commit suicide. So he wants to kill his former best friend and leave these 4 thank you notes to these 4 people that meant a lot to him, and then he wants to go and commit suicide. I honestly don't know how this book will play out. I don't know if this will have a happy ending, if everything will turn out right. This will have a sad ending, but seeing a title with Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock, I think is part of the letters, like forgive me for committing suicide, and that already makes me hurt so much. So I am kind of hoping for a sad ending because I really want this book to have an emotional impact on me, but I'm also hoping for a good ending, obviously. I don't want this character to commit suicide or kill his best friend, but I am so curious about this because I've wanted to read this for the longest time and I finally can this week. And also already started it, I see. I think on the bus back home I already read quite a bit. So these are the books I finished, I'm currently reading and I'm wanting to read this week. I will update you later in the week. Thank you for watching and I will see you later. Hi guys, it's Friday today. It is my sister's birthday today and I actually went over to our house and my sister's pregnant, which you probably won't know because I haven't told you on my channel before. My sister is pregnant and she is going to have a baby in September. And I went over today and we went to the hospital because she had an appointment and I could hear a little heartbeat of her baby and I could see the echo of her baby and it was so special and I can't wait to be an aunt. And I just wanted to share that with you because this channel is a personal thing of mine and I'm so excited to be an aunt and have a little niece. Let's go over the books. The first book I want to talk about is Fans of the Impossible Life by Kate Scelsa. I haven't finished this, but I am this far in, and I have to say it's quite unrealistic how many gay characters there are in this. So there is this friend group of Mira, Sebi and Jeremy, and Sebi is gay and I think Jeremy is bisexual. He is at least attracted to Sebi. I don't know if he's attracted to Mira yet, but I still have a lot to go, so I will know that later on in the book. There's also another girl called Rose who is also gay, so it's definitely an LGBTQ plus book, but I feel like it's quite unrealistic that there are 2 gay characters in this friend group and 1 character that is also gay, bisexual maybe, but he's definitely attracted to Sebi. I feel like this book has been quite emotional already and I have a feeling that something terrible is going to happen later on in this book. Like, I just know it. I just feel it. All these characters have their own problems. I believe Jeremy, who is attracted to Sebi, one of the main characters in this book, has 2 gay dads, which is also unconventional but also really convenient again. And Sebi is a foster kid and Mira is just in this normal family, but her sister is off to college and her family is kind of falling apart. Also, Mira is suffering from depression, so that's really hard on her parents. The thing that I find most noteworthy about this book is the writing style. So there are 3 viewpoints in this book. That is Mira's viewpoint, there's Jeremy's viewpoint, and there's Sebi's viewpoint. And all of these viewpoints are written differently. Sebi's viewpoint is written in, I think, second person. Sebi is written as you, but it's really weird. It's not written as you, the reader, but you is actually Sebi, but it is his viewpoint. Mira is written in the third person, he, she, and Jeremy is written in first person, so I. And it's quite confusing at times, but it's also really interesting to read about because it gives you a totally different feel for all of these characters, which I actually really like. But I am excited to find out more about this story because I'm really liking it so far. It's a 4-star read for me at this point. The second book I want to talk about now is Forgive Me, Leonard, Peacock. I'm liking it so far. It's a 3-star book so far. I'm this far in, and I am liking it. I just think it's a bit too weird to me. The characters are a bit too quirky for me, but I am still really interested in finding out how this is going to end, if Leonard is really going to commit suicide and kill his former best friend. But I am on the 4th person now, so Leonard has thanked 3 people already, and I'm at the 4th person now, so I believe it's going to happen soon. I think he's going to kill his former best friend soon, and he's going to commit suicide. So I don't want to say excited, but I'm really interested in finding out how this is going to play out, because I can't imagine him killing his best friend and committing suicide. But I know Matthew Quick writes these really serious books, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm reading Smut by Karina Halle digitally, and I'm liking that so far. Lots of sex scenes, and I'm going to finish that one today, but I'm going to talk about that tomorrow so I can gather up all of my thoughts and talk to you about that book. And then after that, tomorrow, which is Saturday, I'm going to pick up Everything But Broken, I think it's called, by Joelle Knox, and I will read that into next week, but I don't know when I'm going to finish these ones. I think I'm going to finish these ones next week as well, but I will see then, and I will talk to you later. Hi guys, it's the end of week 22, and normally I would sit at my window, but the sun is shining so brightly, it's really annoying me. So let's talk about the books I read. I just finished Forgive Me, Leonard, Peacock by Matthew Quick, and this was a 3-star book for me. I did cry a little bit at the end, because there are these letters to the future from Leonard. Like, Leonard has this project where he writes letters from the future to himself to make himself feel better. And there are 4 letters in this book, and the last one was really pretty, right, really beautiful, and it made me cry. And a little bit only. And I don't know what to think about this book. Like, I feel like it was an accurate depiction of depression and how someone feels with depression, but I also feel like it was Leonard was way too quirky for a teenager. Like, he would watch these Bogart movies with Walt, who is an old man that he hangs out with, to watch Bogart movies, and they quote Bogart movies to each other, like they're talking quotes. Then there is this pastor's daughter that he keeps harassing, and he's just so weird. There's literally nothing normal about Leonard, and I don't know any teenager who acts like him and thinks like him and can quote Bogart movies. Like, why would you even do that? Then I'm still reading Fans of the Impossible Life by Scelsa, and I'm really liking this. This is a 4-star read so far. All these characters are so different, and I'm wondering what's happening to Sebi, because it seems like he's really going downhill. And I'm just really excited to finish this and find out how this will really end. And then I am also still reading Anything But Broken by Joelle Knox, which is the first book in the Hurricane Creek series. And I think I'm 50 pages... I'm not 50 pages in. I think I am 50 pages in, or 100 pages in. I know, I don't have any real thoughts about it yet, because I'm not that far in and nothing really happened yet. I have to say there is some chemistry between the 2 main characters, even though the male main character was the female main character's dead sister's boyfriend. But yeah, I feel like there's some chemistry, but I do still feel like it's really weird that they start hanging out like they do, like it's not that big of a deal. Like, they'll almost immediately have a date at the beginning of the book, and I just feel like it's really, really weird. What else did I finish? I finished Smut by Karina, Halle, and I gave that one 3 stars because it has some redeeming qualities, so I raised it 3 stars. But I felt like there were too many sex scenes and too little plot and character development for me to rate it higher. But other people really liked it, so maybe if you like new adult, you will like it as well, because there's an average rating of 4.0 something else. But it just really wasn't for me. I like my new adult with some, like, a lot of character development and less sex scenes. I don't want, I don't know, 6 sex scenes in a book and all in different locations, but I don't want 6 sex scenes in a book where in a 300-page book, you know? Like, that is too much. And if those were short, then okay, but they were a couple of pages, and that was just too much. I don't like that. So I'm on the hunt for new adult books that I will like after the summer series by CJ Duggan has ended. Like, that's my favorite new adult series, and I'm having a really hard time finding another new adult book, another new adult series that I really like. But maybe Anything But Broken, which I'm currently reading, is my new summer series. So this was my weekly reading vlog for week 22. I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog, and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!